right, everybody, hello, and welcome back to the Lair, the True Life Weekly podcast. We do this every single Thursday. At least we were doing it for 3 Thursdays. We'll see if we come back for a 4th one. You know what? We just want to say thank you for jumping on. Thank you for checking this out every week on the Lair. You guys are going to see myself, Caleb here, always joined with a number of guests. This week, we got Kyle, we got Ciara, and we got Jacob Davis with us today. And so we are going to be jumping in like we do every week, telling some stories, going in depth on some things, and also looking ahead for some awesome things going on in our community. Now, if you're somebody checking this out and you're wondering what you're watching, this is our podcast for True Life Youth. I'm the youth pastor there. Kyle's our junior high pastor there. And you know what? We are just a youth ministry based out of Everett, Washington, trying to do some things that are hopefully engaging, beneficial, and just a little bit fun for y'all to engage with. But you know what? With that being said, let's just jump on in. Let's get into the Lair and let's have some conversation. And so everybody, every week, we start out the Lair with the same thing. We have some fun together. We tell some stories. So, who's had some fun this week?
I'll go first, so March Madness ended a couple weeks ago, and I would like to say my mom beat me. My mom beat me in my March Madness bracket. So, to give context, she chose teams based on their uniforms, how nice they looked.
That's a fair guess.
If their facial hair and their hair was kept up. If they were nice or not while looking at a short YouTube video that she looked up for every team. She picked Baylor to win it all. The first team she saw was Baylor, and she said, I think they're going to win it all. You know what? Baylor won it all. My mom beat me in my March Madness bracket. At one point, she was like 700 in the world in March Madness brackets, so I was not happy about that when I was like 30K in the world. Not great, but yeah, wasn't happy about that,
So she took time to look up Googled every team.
Yeah, every team. Yeah,
wow.
It was like late when I was playing Xbox, and like she was just in her off. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? It's just like, I'm finishing my March Madness bracket. I was like, Mom.
That's amazing. Really quick, something else we just learned is the importance of where commas go in sentences. Because Jacob said, my mom beat me at March Madness. That sentence probably should have been, my mom beat me at March Madness, but we had some commas in there. I'm sorry, I just had to point it out. All right, who else? Who else had their mom beat them at March Madness?
Not me, but I did go to, for the very first time, the cherry blossoms at UW, the quad there. I've never been and never seen it. I've only seen pictures, and I heard it was awesome, so we went there just a few days ago to take some pictures for Amanda for her senior photos. And while we were there, there's a bunch of people there, and I see this like big white bird flying just in the quad out there, and I was like, that is a very nice looking bird, like too nice for it to just be a wild bird. I was like, what the heck is this? And I just watch it fly, and it's pretty big. I just watch it fly, and then I see this girl just holding her arm out like this, and it lands on her arm. I was like, hold up. What am I witnessing right here? Why is there this giant white bird just flying around, and then this person just owns the bird? And I was like, how? It was just weird to me. There was a lot of stuff that was going on, and I was just so confused at that whole situation. And there was like crows flying around, but this thing was like, it looked like a parrot, but it was huge. Like, it was pretty big. It was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
The odd pets of Seattle.
Yeah,
Was it like
weird.
a seagull?
I don't know. It was like pure white.
Yeah. Imagine having a
And that's
seagull
why
as
I
a
was
pet.
like, there's no way that's just like a random like wild bird.
My
It was
pet
weird.
Seahawk.
That might have been what it was.
Oh my God. All right, Ciara, do you have anything this week? It's okay if not.
I mean, not from this week. I thought of a different story.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, great.
Go for it.
Kyle reminded me just weird interactions, and I was thinking about a couple weeks ago when I ran to QFC, and I had to go pick up sandwiches last minute. And so I'm walking in the store, and I make eye contact with this man who did not look like he was like very aware. We'll just put it that way. And so I walk in, and I noticed like he kind of followed me in, and I was like, oh, sweet. And so I was minding my own business, looking at the sandwiches, and then I'm like holding this giant sandwich because I'm trying to figure out how to feed 5-6 people, and all of a sudden, like right behind me, I hear someone go, "That's a nice sandwich," and I like jumped, and he was standing like less than a foot away from me, and I was like, thank you. And I walked away, and he started following me around the store. And so my solution was to stand next to another random man that I didn't know, but I acted like I knew him until the other guy like walked past, and he was like kind of looking around. And then the best part was he had walked up to the deli, and he was like, "I'd like some tater tots." And the woman goes, "Sir, we've already told you we don't serve tater tots here."
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, so now we just know. I don't know what we know, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know what we
They
know.
don't have tater
we
tots
do
at
know
the
one
deli.
thing.
That's
Yeah,
what we know.
They don't have
at
tater tots.
QFC.
Good lessons to learn. All right, so now that we've had some time to share some stories, have some fun, we got to do what we do every week, and we also go in depth on some things. And so we were talking a couple weeks ago when we had our TL one night. We were talking all things true life from the past, looking to the future. One thing we talked about was this YouTube channel, was what we're doing here on YouTube, trying to create content that, yes, is fun, engaging. The TL show, if you've not checked it out, check out Jacob and Kyle, because they are on it. They're hilarious. They're doing some funny stuff. We got services, devotions. We got the Lair, and we got TL shorts. We got a bunch of stuff. But why do we do it? Why are we doing this? And the main reason why we were talking about why we do it is because we want to create content that's beneficial and also stuff that, you know what, you'd want to watch with your friends. That you'd be like, man, I enjoy this. I'm going to share this with a friend. And one of the sentiments that we talked about was, man, what if you checked out a TL show and you watched that and you just were like, man, that was hilarious. I love that. Those Instagram reels, those TikToks, those were funny. My friend would like this. And what if you shared that with a friend? And then what if your friend checked it out, and then maybe they subscribe to the channel because they say, hey, I want to see these every week, and then they end up checking out one of our Wednesday live stream services, or they check out a devotion, or they check out a Lair podcast, and then in that moment they reach out to you and they say, hey, I was watching this, and they were talking about Jesus, they were talking about hope, they were talking about something I'm interested in. Can we talk about that? Like, there's a chance through this YouTube channel that your friends, family, cousins, relationships, whatever, could learn about Jesus. You know, here at True Life, we're all about making Jesus known to people. So what if this is a way that your friends could start to know Jesus? And so we want to go in depth for a minute, talking about just unique ways we can reach out to people around us when it comes to evangelism, when it comes to letting people know about Jesus, because this right here is already a pretty unique way to do it. But you guys, when you guys think about outreach and evangelism and that sort of a thing, what are some of the things you think about, or what are some of the ways you've seen that be a unique way of reaching out, if that makes sense?
I think just this whole YouTube thing is, not only is it entertaining for you guys, but it's a tool that you guys can use. And it's so cool to be able to just share. It's so quick, and it's easy for you guys to just be like, hey, here's this video to watch. And like Caleb was saying, like, you know, they find something that they like, and then they witness the like the Wednesday services, the Sunday devos, and then what's crazy is that they can actually come in person and be a part of a real community. It's not just you know, a YouTube channel that you're watching. It's like you're actually being a part of a real community with, you know, people. And so that, I think, has a huge benefit. And so it's a great tool to use. So use it to your benefit. And yeah, it's a great outreach tool, seriously, especially in just the culture that we're in now. Like, videos and entertaining things that is what gets people's attention. So give them, you know, put this into their phones, give this to them, and you know, it's just a great way for them to get to know Jesus. So
Totally.
yeah.
Have any of you guys had unique ways you've gotten to represent Jesus to people around you? Again, because this is going to be a unique way, just like Kyle was just saying, like we're talking about with this. Have you guys ever seen maybe anything like that, where it's been kind of like, here's a unique way to reach out, represent Jesus, and seen the effects of it?
I don't know if this is unique, or if this is the kind of unique you're talking about, but I work at a restaurant 2 days a week, and that's been a place where really I've just got to see Jesus work in people's lives who don't really know him.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest ways that God has been able to come up in our conversations is just simply by the fact that, like, I choose to have a positive attitude. And I think we underestimate the power of, like, positivity, because there's a lot of negative things going on. And so even there was one day where I showed up, I was a grump. I was mad about a situation that was happening not at work. And I had said, like, oh, I'm so, like, grumpy and angry today. And everyone laughed. They're like, you're grumpy right now? This is you grumpy? And I was like, yeah, this is me grumpy. Like, I'm so mad right now. But they had just seen, even like me in my bad mood was a lot of times them in their good mood. But it was just really them seeing the love of Jesus. And it's been so amazing to me to see how, like, that positivity has led people to ask about, like, I've had people say, like, how do you stay so joyful? How do you have so much hope right now? Like, it was in the middle of everything happening. How do you have so much hope right now? And I've just been really, it's just been cool to see God move in those moments.
Totally. Jacob, do you have any examples of anything for you?
Yeah, I would say so. 2 summers ago, I got the chance to go to the Arab world and just live. I did an internship over there for about 2.5 months, and we just got to be a chance to have community with people. You know, we read so much of the Bible about how community is important and how we just grow in faith as a community. You know, we can go farther alone, but we'll grow closer together. And yeah, so I got the chance to go to the Arab world and just do life over there, and we got the chance to meet with just some really cool people, you know, of different beliefs and different just values and stuff. And one of the conversations I remember clearly was just like, why are you coming here just to hang out with us? I was like, well, I believe that our faith is community based. You know, our faith isn't just I'm going to do this alone, but we have a family around us that wants to do it with us. And you know, for him in that moment, you just kind of saw that the wheels turning in his head of like, okay, like, this isn't what my values are. And like, he, as a Muslim man, was saying, I usually just do this faith alone. You know, I don't really talk to anybody about my faith. And you know, you could just see the wheels turning in his head of like, maybe I need people around me to build myself up. And, you know, here in America, we often say like, in like normal conversations, we say just like religion is just not a topic we bring up much, unfortunately. You know, in like just like the non-belief person's head, they just like think religion is weird. But on all honesty, religion is a topic that we all have to question. We all have to say, okay, God, like, or not okay, God, because they don't. Yeah. They all have to say, okay, like, what do I believe? And you know, for us, we can say we stand in community. We stand. We stand in community. Yeah.
Totally. So there's like a difference in how we're living.
Yeah.
And that representation is going to be able to show people, man, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Like, even along with, you know, this YouTube channel, with the way that our community looks at True Life, things like that, people show up and people tune in and they see, man, there's something different about what's going on here. There's something different than what I see in the world. And you know what? For anybody watching this right now, I just want to encourage you, like, that is the biggest thing for you, is you are trying to reach out and be able to be a light to your community, to be a light to your friends, the people around you. Your life is the biggest testimony of Jesus they'll ever see. Because interacting with you, in the Bible we read that Paul's, when he's writing to, I believe it's the Corinthian church, I might be wrong, but he writes it to one of the churches, he talks about how you are a living epistle, meaning a living letter of the grace of God. And so that's so awesome, as we're getting to represent Jesus to other people. They're seeing that take place. So it might be you sending somebody a funny video on a day when they're down. It might be you sending them a link to a service where you know they're just sitting at home not knowing what to do and they get to hear about hope. It might be having a positive attitude. It might be stepping out in community in a way that somebody just doesn't get it and being able to see that take place. And it might even just be reaching out to somebody when they have a day where, man, they just need to hear from somebody that day. And so True Life, we want to talk for just a minute right there. We want to talk about going in depth on how we can reach out in some unique ways, whether it's on YouTube, at our workplaces, going out into the world, all of those different things. Now, really fast, really fast, we got to go and we got to talk about something that we got coming up. And it's actually something we do every single week. And that's that every week we have life groups. And we're trying something new at True Life right now with life groups. We're having Sunday service life groups. So when y'all are showing up, we are having the opportunity for you guys to hear from more people than just me and just Kyle. And you guys are getting to hear from our interns, our leaders, even some students as we're going forward, where they're going to bring these 8 to 10 minute kind of mini messages, setting up our life groups, and then we're diving into discussion still. But really fast, from you three, I just want to hear really short, really quick, what are the benefits you have seen of life groups on Sunday mornings, and why are they something that we believe in here at True Life?
I think something even just recently is just getting to catch up with a lot of the students, like some of which we haven't seen in, over a year almost. So just having the community to come together and talk about our weeks, talk about the good things, the bad things, and just to be open and have a really good space to be able to be vulnerable if you need to.
I was going to say, just it's a place where everyone belongs. An example would be one of the girls that I get to know super well. Her name's Brie. Brie, if you're watching, this is your shout out. She and me look completely different, right? She shows up. She's so cool. She has combat boots and bright green hair and just has really cool, edgy clothes. And there was a Sunday where she showed up dressing like her, and I showed up in a bright yellow bedazzled blazer, and we looked completely different. But Bree is my girl, and we can show up for each other each week and love each other no matter what we look like or what we're into, and it's just a place where everyone belongs.
Yeah, I would say for us, me and Kyle have gotten a chance to just lead the middle school's boys these last year or so, and recently it's been fun. This last week, I think what was the question? Oh, David Ross. Shout out David Ross. He asked the question, how fast is God? David.
Y'all, if you can answer that
He's
question,
the
comment down
fastest.
below, because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So we just got into that conversation of well, he's probably faster than the Flash, and just we started naming off stuff. And then we talked about if we could have a pet, what would the pet be? Any type of animal. I said a panda, a monkey, or a koala. Everyone in the group.
Answer.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Yeah, it was just a fun conversation, and for me as personal, just my past, I've grown up in BCA and True Life, and I've met my best friends in True Life, and life groups. I remember being so much fun, looking forward to be okay, I get to go see my friends this week. They go to different schools all around the Snohomish County area. That's the word for it. I get to go see my friends this week. I'm gonna have so much fun with them, and that was something I looked forward to a lot growing up. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, you know what, guys? Life groups are a great space for community. They're a space where we get to know more about Jesus, have conversation about it. We don't just believe in people getting together and being told what to think. We believe, hey, let's hear what the scripture has to say, and then let's talk about it, and let's have some fun doing it. And so, with all that being said, though, that's all we got for time today for this week's episode of The Lair. So we just want to say thanks for tuning in. We got another episode in. We'll see if there's another one next week. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Let us know what you guys are enjoying. But make sure to check out everything we have. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys. We're going to exit The Lair. Thanks for being in The Lair with us, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.